On your corner, in your corner. This is WJZ News at 6:30.
Despite this spectacular play by the leader of the flock that built momentum in the first half, it wasn't enough to keep the flock flying high in a devastating loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello, everybody. I'm Nikki Zizaza. Welcome to those of you watching on CBS News Baltimore and on WJZ TV. Now, we have live team coverage tonight around the city and county. Kelsey Kushner is live outside M&T Bank Stadium. Christina Mendez is in Federal Hill, and Caroline Forback is in Towson. But we begin tonight with sports director Mark Viviano with highlights. Mark, tough night.
Boy, you're not kidding. Baltimore planned a purple party, but instead, here tonight, it's a red rage. The Kansas City Chiefs, who are a verified dynasty, came to Baltimore and ended the season for the Ravens 17-10. And Kadri Ismail, you've been through more good times as a player than bad, but this was pretty bad for Baltimore and Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Your thoughts?
Well, it stings. It stings badly. You're the #1 seed. You had a phenomenal year. The only time you lost is when you beat yourself. There were no other teams that beat this Baltimore Ravens ball club, and the Kansas City Chiefs came in here and bullied the Baltimore Ravens, beat them at their own game.
It was very disappointing, pretty much from beginning to end. Let's take a look at the highlights as the Ravens took the field for their first ever appearance at home in a conference title game. Kansas City scored off the bat. The Ravens responded on their next possession. Lamar Jackson escapes the sack, as he did many times today, and he found Zay Flowers downfield, 30-yard touchdown, tied at 7-7 in the first quarter. The Ravens did not reach the end zone again. Kansas City didn't score after the half. They led 17-7. Fourth quarter, Jackson to Zay Flowers looked like an end zone touchdown, but instead it's a turnover as Flowers had the ball knocked from his hands at the goal line. Kansas City recovers. So that attempt to score was thwarted. Then, after another chance on the next possession, again in position for a touchdown, but this time Jackson's pass to the end zone is picked off by Devin Bush, the third of 3 Ravens turnovers. Turnovers and penalties tell the tale. It was one of the worst games the Ravens have played this year. Let's head now inside where the Ravens are reacting.
I was proud of them. I'm proud of the season that they had. I feel like it was a team that had a lot of challenges. You know, I don't think it was a team that was too highly touted coming into the season by the pundits and the prognosticators and all that. And I think they proved a lot of people wrong all year. The message is to eyes straight ahead, your chin up, your chest out, and understand what you did accomplish. And I'm proud of them.
John Harbaugh says he's proud of his team, says they overcame a lot of doubts, but they were the top seed. They had the home field, and let's give credit. Patrick Mahomes put on a masterclass. There's a reason why he's probably Hall of Fame worthy already.
Well, it's interesting. I talked to Terrell Suggs after the game, and he and I both were kind of breaking it down, the esoterics of it all. He made a great point. He was like, look, they didn't panic. And when you have guys that have had these AFC Championship game experiences, 6 of them, it's old hat. They understand the poise and what it means and what they need to do. And that's what Patrick Mahomes did. He never got rattled, and he was just making the necessary plays for his team to get the victory.
And as great as that Chiefs offense is, they didn't score at all in the second half. But they still beat the Ravens, who only scored 10 points. That's going to wrap it up from a disappointed M&T Bank Stadium. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Mark and Q, thank you so much. I got to tell you, those highlights were painful to watch. Well, let's head outside the stadium now. Kelsey Kushner is live talking to heartbroken fans. Kelsey.
Nikki, it really is so disappointing out here. You know, that feeling of disappointment's just suffocating the city right now. You know, fans, when they were heading inside the stadium earlier today, it was electric. We were excited. We were hopeful. But then once that game started, you know, the Chiefs, they got that lead. They never looked back. And it kind of took a turn out here at the stadium for fans. You know, we saw a lot of fans leaving the stadium early with 5 minutes to go. Many of them saying, you know, they really just didn't want to see the end of this game because they knew what was going to happen, we were able to grab some people and talk to them while they were heading out. Take a listen to what they had to say.
Disappointed. Had a great season. It was a lot of fun, but just come up a little bit short. But we still love the team. We always will. We'll be here next year.
You think we might do better next year?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Lamar stepped up. He took another step this year. Won a playoff game. Got to the championship game. He did really well. Just sad. It's frustrating.
I'm kind of low-key sad. I'm kind of sad a little bit, but we'll be back. We'll be back.
And like a true Baltimore Raven fan right there, we still stand behind Lamar Jackson. We know next year will hopefully bring us a very different outcome. Reporting live, Kelsey Kushner for WJZ.
Kelsey, thank you. Low-key sad indeed. And now let's head to Federal Hill. Christina Mendez is live. And Christina, what can you tell us about the energy out there at this time?
Well, despite the AFC Championship loss, I am convinced there is no prouder fan than a Baltimore Ravens fan. Constantly through the night, you heard people saying that they were putting the team on their backs, hoping that their pride would bring them home a win here. Of course, we know that wasn't the case, but still, people were just grateful tonight that the Ravens made it this far in the game. Of course, at this point in the evening, a lot of people have already left Federal Hill. We are just about a half mile from the stadium, so you can imagine this was a quick jump here over there. We're going to be monitoring the crowds tonight. We talked to a lot of fans, hear what they have to say as they watched from the screens at the bars. Back to you in the studio, Nikki.
All right, Christina, thank you. Still a great season, though. Now, look, watch parties took place all across the region today. WJZ's live on your corner. Caroline Forback spent the day with fans in Towson at Silk Sports Bar and Grill. And Caroline, how was that?
Well, Nikki, Silks was absolutely the place to be if you wanted to watch the game here in Towson. Everyone was telling me they couldn't even sleep last night. They were so excited, and unfortunately, it did not work out the way we wanted. Mario was here watching the game with us. Mario, tell me your reaction.
Man, it was a good game, but it slipped, man. They just got to try again next year. You know, still MVP. You know, we still going to make it, and that's what it is, you know what I mean?
At what point in the game did you realize, you know, we might not be able to come back?
The second quarter, when they lost it. Bad defense, bad offense. I mean, but, you know, give and take, like I say, next year, we bringing it home. Yes, sir. MVP, baby. Baltimore, we won. Yes, sir.
Exactly. We'll get him next year. I was in denial until like the last 30 seconds. I did not want to believe that we were going to lose. But the Flock Nation is still going strong, and we've had an incredible season. It's been so fun to watch the Ravens all fall. For now, reporting live here in Towson, Caroline Forback for WJZ. Back to you.
Right. Caroline, we were all in denial. All right. Well, your first alert forecast is coming up next.